Today, I have 25 tips that can hopefully help you go from this to this. I did a similar video last year, but after some updates, there are many new features and some of that video is outdated, but I'll leave it linked as most of it is still relevant. So first is a change from one of the ones from the last video, but if you are a feudal vassal, the first thing to do is modify your contract, picking up council rights, but instead of giving high levies, give succession rights. This basically gives you the ability to demand a council position for free, which does come with a wide range of bonuses. Also, for your first playthrough, I would really recommend playing tall. This means not holding a lot of land, but instead focus on improving your county's development and building up. Eventually, this will make you equally, if not more powerful than entire empires without having to deal with loads of vassals. A pretty stress-free way to learn. And also, you know, I do have a guide on that. Or if you do decide to conquer a lot of land, I got a few tips to deal with the painful vassal uprisings, especially after inheritance when everybody seems to hate you for existing. The first way is to save a bunch of people from hostile faiths in your prisons for many years. Then when your heir inherits, execute them all for easy dread, leaving your vassals terrified and unable to do anything. But if you do decide to be a bit nicer, a Majesty Grand Tour can quickly allow you to gain the opinion of your vassals, as you do need plus 80 opinion to stop them, so don't make the mistake of thinking plus 50 opinion means they like you, but Grand Tours make it pretty easy to get plus 100 opinion. And the final tip for stopping factions, this time before they even rise up, is to start a war. Place the most powerful person in the faction to lead an army of 100 levies into battle against your enemies over and over again until eventually they die. Nice, simple, and effective. Also, please make sure your most powerful vassals seen by this symbol are on your council. They will hate you otherwise. Of course, unless you have befriended them, as friends can't rebel. Moving on though, probably one of the easiest ways to take over large amounts of land is if you click on a title, then click claimants. If you manage to either invite any of these people to your court or pick up the abductor trait and kidnap and recruit them that way. Once done, you can push their claims, although do make sure that the title you are taking is below yours, otherwise they will go independent. Now, I did say one of the easiest, as the easiest is if you reform your culture and pick up by the sword. This allows unlimited kingdom level holy wars instead of the current limit of 1. So yeah, you can literally take kingdom after kingdom with nothing stopping you. If you're feudal, always put one of the elective laws on your primary duchy, even while being an emperor, as you will have all the voting power to give this to your heir, keeping your primary money-making titles together on inheritance. Now, the next one is a little bit cheesy, but it works. So, if you're at war and some of your children are betrothed, you can call those allies, break the betrothal, then look for more alliances with your children and call the new allies. As if an alliance breaks during a war, they still can't leave it, so it's an easy way to win wars. Now, next up, we have a super simple way to take down entire empires. Simply swear fealty and start a dissolution faction. Then either get a lot of allies or fabricate strong hooks on the other vassals to force them to join you. Once defeated, the empire will collapse, leaving behind a bunch of dukes that are much easier to take over. Also, don't forget, if you do get 100% war score, you don't have to end the war. You can carry on sieging for some time, picking up extra gold. Now, next up, we have a way to make any faith the most powerful in the world. All you need to do is take land outside your main de jure title, create a holy order there, then grant that land away and give them independence. Repeat this over and over, and suddenly your faith has tens of thousands of men ready to fight. Also, I think it is worth breaking the habit of wasting renown on disinheriting your children. Renown is just too useful, and you will massively fall behind other dynasties by doing this. Instead, simply just reconquer the land. You will be way more powerful and have claims. Plus, it can make for some pretty cool stories. A similar thing happened to my Jimena campaign, which you can check out on my second channel. Educate your vassals' heir, as eventually they will be on your council, so making them as good as they can possibly be will massively benefit you in the future. Early game, it's way better to focus on marrying kids for alliances rather than just traits. I wouldn't bother trying for traits until you are strong enough to stand on your own, as what's the point of having this heir if they hit this screen? Now, a thing I struggle with is tyranny, because I revoke my vassals' land a lot. And one thing I didn't realize for a long time, all you need to do is fabricate a claim and you can take their land without any vassals hating you. The new economy map mode can make targeting profitable counties so easy. If the icon is yellow, it's already built, but if it's blue, a special building can be built there. The new feast activity now allows you to attempt to befriend someone as your intent. This is another easy way to stop your most powerful vassals ever rising up, but focus on your younger vassals, as this limits a faction for much longer. Now, one thing that also confused me is defender bonus when going into a battle is for whoever owns that county, not the actual defender. So think of it more like a home advantage, not who is actually defending. Now, early game men-at-arms make a massive difference, so it's always worth training an accolade that gives bigger regiments for cheap men-at-arms, such as archers. At max glory, this gives each regiment a +8 size, giving you a powerful army for pretty cheap early game. Now, if you've tried everything you can and a faction still rises up, the quickest way to take them down is find the war leader by clicking on them here, raise your troops next to their capital, and siege it as fast as you can. Often, this can push you over 30% war score, allowing for an easy white piece. Or I guess another option with factions is, let's just say your heir is perfect and has just come of age, and of course, you just want to play as them now. Well, you can attempt to revoke a vassal's title, and when they refuse, just surrender the war. This passes the throne straight to your heir. Now, if your court bishop has less than 10 learning, please find a high-rise tower for them to fall out of, as it just makes it impossible to get duchy claims, as well as making the claims you do get cost more, so just hope your next bishop isn't also useless. And finally, holding grand tournament with splendid prizes selected is a really easy way to farm artifacts that can give you a range of bonuses, some even straight up domain limit increases. But yeah, hopefully you learned something new, but thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to end the video with a massive thank you to all my channel members, such as Zehamus. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.